discomfort used in the treatment of diabetes, hypoglycemia, and eliminating parasitic infestations in the body. Helps the body absorb calcium and magnesium. All right, cool. So we're here at the Pyramid of Enlightenment on the east side of Indianapolis. I decided to do something a little different tonight. Just going to do something for your entertainment. We'll see what happens. I popped over here last week just to do a quick reading. I've never done it in my life. And I thought about uh, recording that one. And I was like, I don't know. I've never done it. It could turn out to be a disaster. So I decided it went well last time. And I think we're also going to do a tarot reading. I'm going to ask Mark and see what he thinks, if I should even do one or not. I've had a couple people reach out to me and say that that can be kind of risky to do tarot. So let me catch up on chat here. Cool. Welcome in, everyone. Prince George, British Columbia. Awesome. Hey, Cam Denise. Thanks. Appreciate you. Cool. Let me X out of here. Minimize that. Okay. Cool. So, like I said, Mark is just finishing up with somebody. So we're gonna hang out for a minute. I'm just gonna walk around here. Let's show you what all there is to look at. There's all kinds of rocks and stuff. So we'll just walk around and give you some B-roll footage while we're waiting on Mark. Hey, Atomic Hippie. Grandma Nuts Curio, you seem to be well centered, so you should be a good reading. That's kind of you to say. Yeah, the first reading was pretty cool. I was actually pretty impressed with some of the things he was able to pick up on. Like I said, I've never done this before, and who knows why I didn't have any kind of inhibitions or anything about, or I guess hesitations, I should say. I didn't have any hesitations ever in my life about it. It's not like I don't think it's viable or whatever, but I guess I never have thought to go do it. And then recently it was like I was doing a show and somebody was doing palm readings at a fair or whatever, and I was like, maybe I should do that. Or somebody in the chat said I should do it. So Atomic Hippie, I am on the east side at Pyramid of Enlightenment. And we're just kind of walking around right now, looking at some of the stuff that is available. We've got a minute left on the giveaway. Thanks for joining tonight, guys. It is this little serpentine cat. It's really neat. I don't know. I may get one for myself on the way out because this thing is really cool. Let me see if I can get it in closer without it. It's going to get blurry. Haven't been there. Been to New Age People, which I think is now called Inner Path. Cool place. Okay. Oh, you're in Fishers? Cool. Yeah. Yeah, Mark's a nice guy. And the store is pretty cool. So hop in the giveaway. There's only 15 seconds left if you would like. If not, it's cool. If you're just here to hang out, it's all good. Got some Moldavite over here. It's interesting. Moldavite is for those of you who don't know, Moldavite is the glass from Comets, or whatever. Emerald City Vintage, congratulations. You get the little cat. Emerald City, it's green like the cat. Yeah, for sure. These crystals are pretty cool. Yeah, congrats. It's possible your water. I don't know Jesus though. I don't know him. Is he local? Just kidding. Oh God, no. You can do your own tarot. Mermaids, palmistry. some little boxes. Got some big old rocks over here. Some sage. I used to be able to find this locally when I lived in San Diego. Um, oh, look at this. Medallions, Saint Michael, right there. That's weird that I picked that up. And it's in yellow, my favorite color. That's weird. So a bunch of incense. All right. So yeah, we're running a little bit behind. So we'll see what that does to my upcoming show this evening. If you guys are interested, I will be selling some bracelets tonight, some IBK bracelets, dice bracelets. I have a bunch of designs available. And then Sunday, I have a swung glass vase show, and I'll be selling like 50 plus swung vases. Always curious why people leave California and come to the Midwest. I started in the Midwest, moved west. It was expensive. I lived there for like 7 years. I did it as long as I could, and then I just got sick of being broke and not be able to enjoy it to its fullest because I didn't have money. So, new hat pin. I've got a bunch of hat pins. It is somewhat new. I got it at the Electric Forest in Rothbury, Michigan last summer. It's like a pizza slice. It's like kind of psychedelic. Oh, from Brisbane. Nice. Welcome in, JoJo. Thanks for joining. That's cool. Yellow's your favorite too? Nice. Yeah, I want to go back to Australia really badly. Trying to figure. I need to get a new passport, but looks like Mark's done. So we're close. Like he may need to take like a couple minute break in between to, I don't know, clear his aura or something. But I don't know anything about this stuff, so this should be fun. This should be fun. He's not going to be on camera. He already asked me to not keep put him on camera, so it's just going to be either on me or the hands, stuff like that. Can I show the pendulum? Sure, I sure can. Sorry, I didn't zoom in on those. Yeah, the prices keep you here. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, I was out there and had awesome places, and I was paying like 1,600 a month to like live by the beach and stuff, and it was just it's like, dude, I can't do this anymore. I need to go somewhere where I can own a house for less than that, and then once I have money saved, I can go travel and visit places like San Diego. You know, like people who buy houses out there, they're like $1 million houses for a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. So um, it's pretty wild. You live in San Diego, Trish? What part of San Diego do you live in? I lived in Pacific Beach, Ocean Beach, La Jolla, North Park. Oh, where else? Old Town, El Cajon, Santee. I lived all over the place out there. Claremont, and I lived in Claremont too, for sure. Right off of Balboa. Right off of Balboa. As when you come up the hill from PB, I was right off of what was it? I can't remember that first one. Can't remember the first one. Or what street it was. Oh, okay. Up in Poway. Claremont Drive. Nice. You got a cousin Poway. Got you. Got you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like PB ain't cheap. La Jolla ain't cheap. La Jolla is upscale. Moved to Cali in '91 from outside Chicago. Live in San Francisco Bay Area, and at times it was tough, but love it. That's the thing. Like, if you enjoy it, do it. Why not? I was at the point where I was doing art basically full time, and scraping by, and it just got to the point where it wasn't fun anymore. It was like more, ugh, am I gonna make it kind of thing. So yeah. No, I have, well, I mean, in one respect or another, I guess, but vintage reseller I've been for about 3, 4 years, I suppose now. Jeez, it's been a while. Really, my bad. Sorry. Cool. Um, so yeah, I think yeah, Mark just stepped out real quick. He'll probably be back in a minute, and then we're going to start going. So thanks again for your patience, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We will do a raid at the end, and yeah, once he's finished with the reading, I will walk out with you, and we'll go to my car and do like a little decompression, and I'll like read through the comments that I've missed, and we'll kind of do like a little catch up at the end. So if you have anything that you're wanting to ask me like during the show, maybe think about it to hold it towards the end, or you can comment it and I can try to scroll up at the end and see. Um, Born and raised in Ireland, came to Canada, ended up in Malaysia for 4 years, back in Canada, family gypsy. Yep. That's awesome. And I commend you for that. Continue to do that if you can, or if that was just the stint in your life where you did it and now you've gotten out of your system, cool. But yeah, travel around, see what there is. There's so much out there. And yeah, I still have a lot of traveling left to do, I hope. How long does the reading take? It's going to be 15 minutes for the palm reading, 15 minutes for the tarot cards. So it should only be a half an hour show after we start. And then I'm doing the bracelet show once I get home. It may be pushed back a couple minutes depending on what happens on the way home, if it takes longer than I expect or whatever. Nula, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta be mindful of that. And then from a grandma from Sicily. Cool. My got some bloodlines from Sicily. She's shockingly on. That's cool, Stacy. All right. Here we go. How you doing today, Mark?
Good, you?
Good, man. Well, here we go, guys. We're coming inside. Like I said, Mark, so we're gonna keep on me, and then we'll flip it around to my hand stuff. Let's see. Thanks, Sunny Gal. That's nice of you to say. All right. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna flip it around. And
start with the hands or the cards?
Yeah, might as well do hands first, because we did that last time, and that went pretty well. So, and then I was going to ask your opinion, like if you even think I should do tarot. Like, I had a couple of people reach out and like, I don't know, man. That's like sometimes that can go another way, and I'm like, well, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's something I've never had done, so I kind of want to do it, but also want to take a professional's opinion.
I like tarot. It kind of like, I mean, I don't just read cards. I only look at them for reference points, and then I go into more clairvoyant, clear audio.
Cool. Well, yeah, I kind of enjoy the whole mysticism and showmanship of it too. So like, I'm interested. I want to do it, but I just wanted to put that out there just to make some of maybe my viewers at ease that I at least
there's
considered it.
On everything and everyone, and it's what you focus on.
Sure.
I always try to keep it positive, and it shows me if you're going up against something, some turmoil or a test, here's the way around it. Here's the best way to deal with it. And
cool.
You have free will at that time. So you're like, oh, that's right. He said I could do this instead. And then you make the choice.
Yep.
That's all it's for.
Cool. I'm in.
Okay. On the palms, first thing I look at is the shape of the palm. It's longer than it is wide, so it's called a water hand, which means you're very sensitive. You love to love. You got passion towards things and stuff. The other thing jumping out right now is the puffiness here, which is your past that you're holding on to, which means you're going to keep repeating some of the same cycles, the same tests over and over again until you learn to let go and say, oh, like I must have done this to them in a past lifetime. So, hey, I'm zero my karma. It's all done. So let it go. And then you go forward, and then new doors open up where you can go into different directions of your life. This keeps you kind of like going through some of the same cycles over and over. Um, and it's right here by your lifeline, which wraps clear around here and right down here, straight down the middle finger. Across from here is 35. And you got 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. 85 is when you start having some health issues. 90, 95. God, you're going to be an old man.
Well,
so you better take good care of yourself so you have quality of life.
Yep, we'll see what happens.
Age can happen in many ways.
Yeah.
Your fate line is right in through here, which is also known as your career line. And you've got two different options you're going with, okay? And down here is about 8 months out. It shows there's another opportunity coming to you, but somebody's bringing it to you. This is more like your path, like you're finding out who you really are and looking for your own truth in life. And that goes over here, and this is called the ulnar side of your hand. This is called the radial side of your hand. When it goes to the radio side, it's like you're going towards your passion, your love, and what you do. Okay.
Okay.
And it goes up in here, which is the spiritual side. That's why I was saying finding out who you really are and things like that. It always shows that anytime something would maybe disappear, or if something better is supposed to be coming in your life and you're sticking with your job, it'll disappear and something better just pops in. You'll always luck into your next success because it comes from down here in your lunar. And so you'll always have that kind of luck. Now, with what you're doing right here tonight, these two lines right here, this is your communication and in business and things like that, which when you go like this part's longer than this, which means you're good at public speaking. You're good at being up on the stage or, on front of the camera. And it also shows here with these two marks here, I don't know if you ever thought about psychology or counseling of any sort, but you're kind of healing with your words.
Mm.
So you may be helping a lot of the viewers go, oh, I get it now. So you're doing pretty good at what you do. And then you've got a big gap here with this finger kind of leaning out. So you got strong leadership skills, but you don't have a huge amount here. So it means, you're not a bully. You don't push yourself on people. You throw it out there. And if somebody needs your help, you know when to step up and stand up. These two marks right in through here, these are your business opportunities. And at some point in time, they're all going to tie together because it starts here. Now, your childhood back in here, you've got a lot of braidedness. So it shows you kind of had a rough childhood. Okay. And now you came out into your adulthood. And so it's like now you're standing on your own 2 feet. You're responsible for you, and you take responsibility for it. There's still a lot of things going on back here though, because see how your thumb kind of leans inward.
Okay.
So that's like finding your confidence, your self-esteem, that's important to you. To always look at what's going to help you get to that point where you're more confident, you believe more in things you're doing and stuff, and you have more than you're giving yourself credit for.
Okay.
You're stronger than you think. Um, you got a good headline here. It has a slope to it, so it means you're good between your emotions and logic. It forks at the end, which means you try to be open-minded about things. You're not just closed off and saying, "No, this is it." This right in this area right here shows you are having some digestive issues. This is your upper GIs, your lower GIs down in here, which you got two circles there. So you got to really more fiber, more things like that. Now your indentation right here,
Mm-hmm.
you're a very old soul. So you'll endure more than most people will. Lessons and tests sometimes are harder for you than some other people. But that's because you're stronger. You can take it. You're here to kind of like let's take care of everything in this lifetime, so I don't have to come back here anymore. Your higher self is with you and helps you and guides you more than you think. And the more you ask help, the easier it is to get your help. Okay, but when
Mm-hmm.
you don't, then it's like okay, let me learn the hard way.
Yeah.
So it's like remembering to learn to ask. It's good to talk to your superconscious, your subconscious, and that way you get them kind of on the same page because your subconscious really doesn't have any rhyme or reason towards anything. It just does, and it just is, and it watches what you do and gives you more of it. So it doesn't really show that you worry too much about everything. I mean, you got some worries, but you don't just, oh, I'm stuck. There's no way out. You don't do that, which is good because your subconscious can really attack you when you're doing that. So, learning like to talk to the subconscious, go, would you stop listening to me and start listening to the superconscious? When I do stupid shit, quit mocking me. um, there's so much to look at once. This right up in here, there's a little bit of redness around this, and this has to do with like your eyes. So I don't know if you're not seeing 2020 right now, but it shows one of your eyes is kind of like starting to weaken.
Hmm.
And there's eye exercises you can do, so you don't have to end up glasses. Matter of fact, I'm doing them, and I'm getting out of my glasses right now. So,
Gotcha.
let's see. There's the acid reflux part right there. It's not terrible, but you got it going on. Like papaya fruit's probably one of the best things you can eat for that. It's the only thing that actually heals it.
Okay.
Everything else just puts a band-aid on it. Now, in this part and through here, this is your past life. Here's what you're bringing into your this lifetime, the lessons and stuff. When you have these little marks in here, it's letting you know the lessons you're coming up on. You have one, two, three types of psychic abilities. So you're paying attention to your instincts and your gut feelings on things will go a long ways for you. This one down here is called being an empath, which means you feel what other people are going through. So that causes anxiety a lot because we don't understand that's what we're doing. You go up next to somebody that's stressed, you get stressed. If they're irritable, you get irritated easy. If they're depressed, you can get down. There's a visualization exercise because visualization works with your subconscious and your superconscious to tie in to make things like pretty much any way you want to design it. But your third eye is right here, and that if you visualize a golden door shutting over that with a silver plus sign or a silver cross, you'll notice within a couple minutes, it's like your anxiety dies down
Hmm.
because you're no longer picking up what everybody else is going through. You're back to you again.
Okay.
And it's like a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger it gets. And up in this area here, this is your money. This is your creative talents right in through here. And see how yours kind of dips in?
Mm-hmm.
You have way more talent than you've even tapped into yet. So you got a lot more of that coming up. And this triangle right here shows you were born to be successful, but success won't change you. And what that means is usually success comes in the second half of your life so that your personality is fully developed and strong and you don't turn into a rich, snobbish asshole.
Okay.
But the way it forks up in here with this line coming through it, you're going to be a millionaire.
Sounds good to me.
You can create as much wealth as you want with that mark. Because this part here is also called what a psi, P-S-Y, which is the ability to create. And wherever it's at on your hand, it means you can create that way. Yours is in your financial and your creative side.
Awesome.
And the tallness in the ring finger shows you can also be good with your hands on things. So I don't know if you work with your hands at all, but it's like you would be good at it, anything you attempted to do.
Mm-hmm.
The pinky finger here is flat. It doesn't have that big hump.
Okay.
So this just shows in your communication skills and things, you kind of learn as you go through things, tests and trials. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, or oh, that, maybe I should have done it this way.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to search within you to find those skills and build them up better. Now, the way it's out here by itself, it also shows you have to be careful with people you let in your life because you can open up the door to people to take advantage of your kindness.
Okay.
And let's go to that part. This is called the heart line right into here. See how yours curves up here, but you also have a line here and it splits down this way.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's really broke your heart because now you have that wall up, and this says, "I'm just going to walk around keeping that wall up." But when people get to know you and you let down your guard with them, you have a huge heart. You just don't like to look vulnerable, and so that's why you kind of have three different levels of who you really are.
Gotcha.
So you actually have. I mean, I don't like seeing a lot of lines down this area, and you don't have that because those are people who just live in their head and they end up being their own worst enemies all the time. And then also it shows you might be getting ready to plan a trip too. Because the lines in your hands change on average every 6 weeks. Some will change like overnight. But when you change your thoughts, the lines in your hands change to match them. Because it goes back to that. If you focus on this, you're going to end up creating that if you dwell on it long enough. So that's why I don't want to see marks down here because people worry and then they make their life worse.
Okay.
And really, we can change that pretty fast, but most people don't know to even try to do that. They just get stuck, and that's why they feel stuck.
Mm.
But there's things like when you start to worry about something, you have to catch yourself first, and you have to say things like, I refuse to think this way. Here's how it's going to be instead. And you concentrate on how you want it to go. And you visualize it going that way. And if you write it down, it makes it that much more powerful and happen that much quicker. But um, what you do is after you thought about it and then you visualized it, you stop and you smile. Like smile right now. Not try to be sad. Can't do it, can you? That little smile creates serotonin and endorphins that go throughout your body, which raises your vibration. Now you think it and visualize it all over again with those more powerful energy cells around you, and you create that instead. So you never have to be stuck, and that's what we have to learn in this world is like you can be anything you want to be. Dream big, especially now because The universal energies has really been shifting a lot lately. We're having tons of solar flares and solar storms that's making our thoughts amplify. So we're creating things super fast now instead of like taking 10 years in the past how we did it. But you have a lot of good markings. Your health line isn't showing, so I guess you're taking good care of yourself, eating right, whatever. Because when we get health issues, we get a line going from up here straight down to whatever age it's going to start affecting you at. And this big fork right here, this the closer your lifeline runs to your thumb, the more you just get up, go to work, do things, and you just go through the motion. The further away it gets from your thumb, the more you start really loving life and sucking the nectar out of it. And here, the split, this says you're finding that who you truly are and what your true path is in life. Okay, and then it happens again here. So there's a couple different changes coming up because you're amplifying what you went through here and go, I could do that again, and you do it again, and that's about a 5 year stretch apart from each other. And this line that shoots up out of here is once you hit this way, this is when life just starts loving you back. It's like, oh my God, look at me now. I'm loving my life. And your love life comes in this area, and you have a mark most people don't have. If you have a triangle or a star over here, this is when you find that perfect soulmate, the kind that people get jealous and envious of because, like, how did you get somebody so great? You know, it's the kind they make movies about or romance novels on. And the first time it shows you could move that up, but technically you were supposed to meet them at this age. Are you in a relationship now?
No.
Okay. Maybe she's watching. It's like, what? So, how old are you?
41.
You're like right there. Ooh, get ready. If you decide I'm not ready yet, they go away and come back 5 years later. If you're still not ready, they go away and come back about another 5 years later. So it's the same person. It's just a matter of your free will. Am I ready for that full on commitment, or am I wanting to just go still have some fun or whatever? You know, not that relationships can't be fun.
Sure.
I'm not trying to say that.
Sure.
But some people have this commitment issues.
Mm-hmm.
With this wall, it tells me you are on that gray area. You kind of want it, but you're afraid of it. And there's a part of you that says, if I picked the wrong one on purpose, maybe I don't have to get my heart broke. So sometimes it's like more of like, does this make sense versus is my heart in it? And that's the part if you know it, you can do what you want with it. If you don't know it, it kind of like leads you down wrong roads.
Gotcha.
So over here. I'm looking at children. Do you have kids already?
No kids.
Looks like the first pregnancy is going to be twins. Rains it pours.
That's true.
But it shows you could have 3 serious life or relationships in this lifetime where you really put your heart into it. And that's probably you've already been through the one. That would be that one there. That they did more of an impact on you than you realize. Oh, you ready for some cards?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go cards. All right. I hope everybody enjoyed the reading. We're moving on to tarot. I'm going to catch up on comments afterwards. All right, let's see. Is it going to be just like right here?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just flip it around like this.
Swords have to do with mental and your thought process. And when you have the Ace of Swords, this is kind of like that mental stimulation. You're getting ready to like start thinking differently, start kind of like speaking your mind more. When we do that, we can also enter into minor conflicts because, you know, somebody's like, you got a different opinion than I do.
Sure.
Shows you're a thinker. You always find ways to make things work out, even if you joke around about it. There's a part of you that can be a jokester. That's what this card has to do with. And this is the past, present, and we'll do future. And this is the first house, which is the self. Here comes the romance. There's your ship coming in. And this shows your whole world is going to rock your world. Like you're just going to change everything. And that's your future. Okay, so this is something you've been kind of like putting off to the last minute without announcing it to the world. And this just, your future has a lot to do. This is like looking at things realistically, trying to open up new doors right now, and you're worried, is that going to interfere with all that? This just shows you got to look at it from two different directions. There's the stable way, but this is the part where it shows anxiety. When you get stressed, you hold it in. You don't really express yourself on that part. And you're going like, what if? What if it's the wrong one? How do I know? How will I know? Because it shows here you're going to have two at once.
Uh-oh.
Rains or pours again. Here we go. Because this is instant attraction. This card here when it's reversed. And this just shows there's a lot of like, you got to learn to look at things differently because there's trust issues. And you don't want to feel overwhelmed, or you don't want to get yourself hurt to the point where it's hard to recover from. Because that affects the rest of your life is what it shows. So you like, here I go, I'm getting things going, I'm getting them together. Like, oh no, what do I do now? You know, that kind of thinking about things. And so you're trying to do all the right stuff right now, make the right decisions. But there's certain times you don't really care much for changes. Like, you know, like big changes all of a sudden. So sometimes as you start to feel that happening, you kind of like pull back from it. And what you're learning is, you know, this goes back to we can control everything with our thoughts. If you don't like what you're feeling, what can you do to make it better? Or what if I thought the opposite? You know, you got to play the what if game sometimes because that keeps you open to stuff, and you are trying to be open to everything right now instead of just limiting yourself.
Right.
And so this is just kind of like you're a thinker, you analyze things, you like to have rhyme and reason, and how can I make this work? How can I make things get better? How can I, whatever comes your way, how can I make it work for me? So you're not going to lay down and take anything. You know, you've got that fighter, and not fight, but you know, you've got that ambition to make things go better. And it shows here you don't want to do anything foolish. So, you know, you don't like kicking yourself later or beating yourself up over why did I do this? Why? Because this also shows you got some pride in the picture here where it says, you know, I want to feel good about myself at the end of the day. What's wrong with that? So it's just learning patience. And this is the reversal, like we talked about. Like, what if it was the opposite of how I normally think? And this just shows you're still trying to figure out, like, how to raise the bar in your life, how to make things better. I don't want to just settle. I want more now. And so when you start feeling anything tugging at you or pulling at you, you get a little bit on the nervous side because you're like, no, I want more. So you got that tug of war going on with that part too, where you think about things from one end to the other. A lot of it may stem from like stuff from the past that you've been through or you've been treated unfairly. Um, and I think, you've got this inner child in you that you do like to entertain. You usually, when things get kind of crazy, you just kind of pull back and go do something crazy or fun to bring yourself back up again. And that's a good instrument because the inner child is real. If it's having fun, your life gets better. If it's not having fun, it goes downhill again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just learning goes back to thoughts, how you think, how you perceive. You can change your thoughts, you change your world. It really is that simple, but everybody tries to make it complicated. And it's not an overnight switch. You got to realize you got to learn patience.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to keep drudging away at it. You got to keep that mindset focusing on what you really, really want. Because probably 80% of the population don't even know what they really want.
Right.
And those that think they do, most of them miss the boat because they forget to ask to be happy.
And that's important.
That's the most important. Because you can have the world and not be happy. What kind of life is that?
Agreed.
So it's all about perception. All right, any questions?
No, that was awesome, man. I think it was cool. I don't know what people's hangup was. No, I appreciate it. So I got I want to grab you a couple extra bucks too out of the car. So it was 50, wasn't it?
Yep.
So there's that. Let me go grab a couple more bucks out of the car too.
All right, you're fine.
No, we're good, man. Let me get you something extra too.
Are you still on there?
Yeah, I'm still on here. I'm gonna walk out and then I'll be back in.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Sorry. Just jerk that thing around. Okay. So I'm going to go out to my car and she wasn't paying attention. I was gonna tell her I was gonna be right back in. No, yeah, he's a cool guy, man. And like, yeah, $50 is a deal. And I want to kick him at least like a tenner or something extra just because it's like Friday night. And I think I'm probably his last person. So, just kind of walking fast. Sorry, guys. All right, there we go. He's just about to tell you the meaning of life, and the timer goes off. Hey, man, story of my life, dude. He's like, oh, hey, there's some pretty good things coming up, but beep, 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 beep. It's awesome. No, it's cool. I'm going to catch up with you guys here in a second. Just one sec. I'm actually going to leave you right here so I can sign off. I'll be right back. Yep. Yep. So it's kind of like established content. I can if you want me to. I can if you want me to. It's up to you. Yeah, no, I want to show it off. Yeah. Cool. So, all right. Yeah, it was a lot to take in all at once, but the thing is that now it's recorded, so you can go back and watch it. And that's something I'm looking forward to too, is to go back and take a look. And I wanted to flip you guys around in here because uh, Mark did all this painting as well in his room. Look at the reflections on that water. That's really good. So I'm just going to give you a little pan here of the vibes. It's got some Aurora Borealis over there. Yeah, dude's talented, man. Got some spray planets up there and some comets. I did some art like that out in the West Coast. Look at Gandalf the Green. Yeah. So cool, man. So yeah, we're gonna head out. I'm gonna head out to the parking lot and debrief with you guys. So we'll walk out now. Mark, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good weekend.
Thanks, man. All right, we're gonna do a raid too. So hang tight. We're gonna find somebody to raid and spread some good vibes that way. Sunny Gal 57. Yeah, I mean, he says I'm gonna be an old man. Says I'm gonna be a millionaire. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff there, but I only need 12 more to make 4K. Yeah, I saw that I was close to 4,000 followers. That's cool. Let's click this light on. So start preparing for my twins. So that's what's crazy. Okay, twins run on my mom's side of the family. My mom, I have sibling twins, Ryan and Sarah. They're younger than me. My mom, so what? She had twins. Her sister, I think both of her sisters had twins. No, I think just one. I don't think Trent and Allie are the same age. I think they might be slightly, but dude, they run. Yeah, so twin card is a lucky one. There's your sign. All right, I'm going to scroll back up through these comments and see what I missed while you guys were watching me. Did it resonate with me? A lot of it did. A lot of it did. Yeah, the inner child is real. That, I mean, that's for sure, man. Like, you know, if you're doing something you really like and it's something you did growing up or you're nostalgic about, yeah, that's definitely going to be a helpful tool. Yeah, Gemini is my sign. Yeah, and that's the thing he didn't go into this time, which was I was kind of like, dang it, I wish he would have, because he filled out this thing last time and told me all about my different, like, you know, suns and moons and all that stuff, and I was going to see if it aligned the same this time, but he didn't do it this time, so no big deal. But I am a Gemini, that's correct. You aren't human if you don't have worry lines. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, good with my hands, making that's the thing. He said, you know, I've done stuff with my hands art wise all my life. I also used to play djembe in a band. I played a little bit of guitar, play keys, whatever. So I mean, he's not wrong. He's telling me where his third eye is. That's funny. He's right about me eating fiber. Like, I had one piece of broccoli the other day, and that's like the only like greens and fiber I've had in a while. So I do need to eat more. Okay, cool. I think I caught up. Cool. I'm caught up on chat. Yeah, when I play it back, I'll see more for sure. So no, that was cool, man. Like, I grew up on the east side of Indianapolis. I don't know, man. I love the character of the people over here. It's got its, you know, kind of diamond in the rough kind of feel. But also the people here are like real and legit and welcoming. But you know, it's like they're also cautious and guarded and stuff, you know. So it's like, I don't know. it's a cool part of town. I don't think it gets enough love. So that's why I'm over here instead of on the north side and over in Carmel and Fishers and all these fancy places. I'm over on the east side. My true roots getting a real reading from somebody in this area. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun for me. I do like cherries. I like cherry fruit, fresh picked cherries, but I don't like cherry flavored candy or anything. So let's find somebody to raid. Oh, that's easy. All right, let's go see Dagny, and she likes praying hands a lot. So anytime I find them in my videos, I'll call out Dagny. So I don't have a praying hand. I have a psychic palm reading hand tonight. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you next time.